Welcome to Jersey Matters. I'm Larry Mendte. On this week's show, we'll talk to a South Jersey man who was diagnosed with COVID-19 and says a controversial drug saved his life. A New Jersey senator wants to know why that drug isn't readily available throughout the state. We'll talk with Jersey athletes who have trained years for the Olympics and now are left in limbo, and call her a coronavirus miracle. After her husband was told he wasn't allowed into the hospital for delivery, a Jersey mother had her baby at home. And now our interview with Randy Chen, a South Jersey man who was diagnosed with COVID-19 and says a controversial drug saved his life. Randy, thanks so much for doing this. How are you feeling?
Right now, I have to say I'm probably back to about 95%.
You're in the basement now, right, of your home?
I'm still in the basement. That is correct.
How long have you been there?
Since the first day, March 15th, when I had a fever. That was a Sunday, and I had a body ache and I had a fever. And as soon as my wife gave me the thermometer, and I got a 99.5, and I just say, uh-oh. I just immediately went down the basement and just started quarantining myself.
And when did you know you had COVID-19?
So when I went to the doctor, he says, well, since your flu test is negative, you got the little bit dry cough, body aches, you had a fever, so I'm just going to give you a COVID-19 test. And that was done on the same day. And it was Thursday, 15, 16, there was the 19th. He called me at 2 o'clock and he says, I'm sorry, and you test positive.
Wow. And what was your reaction? How did you feel then?
I was nervous a little bit, but I didn't think anything, I thought I was going to be okay because, I'm 50 years old. I'm not quite, above the threshold about people in their 60s or above, relative healthy. And then that's why my doctor said, he said, just go home. There's nothing you can do. You don't come in. And just take care of whatever treat it like a flu. And when things are worse, when you can feel that you cannot breathe, just call 911.
Did it get worse?
It got really bad. It got really, really bad.
How bad? Describe it.
Well, on the 20th, which is Friday, all of a sudden I start coughing, but it's not like your throat coughing, not like you're irritating. It's me trying to get stuff out of my lung. And it was, because the virus, once the first 5 days would just kind of hover around your throat area. And then, textbook, based on what I read and based on what I follow, it went into my lungs. And then apparently it attached, that crown, the corona, which is like a crown, attached to your autoimmune cell. And then embedded into autoimmune cell and then turned into rogue. And it would just keep replicating itself. My lung would just, it got to a point where every 5 minutes, I am trying to get the mucus out of my lung. Okay, and then it would just, and then we're not talking about 5 or 6 minutes of, I'm not talking about 5 or 6 seconds of cough. This is like a 15 to 20 second.
Did you have trouble breathing?
Yes. Oh, absolutely. Got to a point I was painting. Now, trouble breathing was not because of, it was because of me. If I take a deep breath, like it was so bad that when my wife tried to call me, I cannot say anything because when you're talking, you're breathing, in and out, and just a little bit of sign of air going into my lung, it makes me want to cough.
Why weren't you hospitalized?
Stubborn.
So
and,
when did you get to the point where you decided you were going to try hydroxychloroquine?
One of my friend who is a chiropractor, and she posted something that a doctor, they say they show significant improvement. And my sister was in Taiwan, and she checked with one of her good friends, a pharmacist of a big hospital in Taiwan, in Taipei. And the pharmacist says, all right, try this. And because we are treating patients in Taiwan with this medicine.
So how did the HCQ work for you?
Prior to that, I only take Tylenol for my fever Dayquil and a NyQuil for my cough and my condition, and a little bit of Mucinex. I took 2 pills. Okay, so now remember, the day before I was at this breakdown. I took 2 pills, which is at 4:45 and 11:30 at night. The next day, in the morning, I feel that although I'm coughing, still I feel like I'm not as bad. And then the funniest thing is, I lost all sense of smell and taste around the 17th and 18th. I couldn't taste any food. I couldn't smell anything. I couldn't smell my body. I couldn't smell. On the 25th in the morning, my wife made me sausage and pancake for breakfast, and I took a bite of the sausage. I'm like, wow, I can taste the food. It's the craziest thing. And then I only took
better?
2. Huh?
Did you feel better?
Yeah. Oh yeah. It was manageable. And I noticed that my cough, the frequency was getting less and less. It was like coming on every 5 minutes. Now it was like it was like 20 minutes. So I have a time to adjust. And it wasn't painful. I feel like I have a little bit of energy. I wasn't so drained. And
this was within 24 hours, right?
Within 12 hours.
12 hours of taking the pills.
Yeah.
So in your estimation, there's been a lot of controversy about hydroxychloroquine.
Right.
According to you, it works.
Like I gave myself a scale, like between 0 to 10. How do you know how to go to the doctor, go to the hospital, they say, what's your pain level today? 0 to 10. First 5 days, I gave myself a 5. I'm okay. Manageable. A fever, body aches, I sleep it off, no big deal. And as soon as the virus entered my lung, I know I could win from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And I don't know what would have happened to me if I didn't take it. Would I go down to 0? But as soon as I took the 2 pills, I feel my body went up to 4, the 4 out of 10. And then that drastic swing upwards. So then I just felt then I'm getting better. 4 every day, 4.5, 5, 5.5, 6, just like a little bit, it just got me out of that dire situation.
And the entire time you're taking the HCQ?
Yeah, I took it for 6 days.
And how many times a day were you taking?
3 times a day for 200 milligrams for 6 days. So I took 18 pills.
In your estimation, it worked.
It saved my life.
And you believe it saved your life.
Yeah.
Should we be using it for everybody that gets COVID-19?
Get as many pills into the United States as possible, because I believe that it got me out of the hole. It was just.
You said it saved your life.
Yeah. Yep. I mean, I was this close to call 911.
Listen, I am so happy that you're okay. I'm so glad your family's okay.
Yes.
It's wonderful to talk to. And thank you so much. I think it's going to help a lot of people, I hope.
No, yeah, thank you. And I appreciate it. I mean, I just want to get my message across. I'm not here, what I tell people is that this virus doesn't care if you're rich, poor, doesn't care about what political party you are. It doesn't care about, where you live, doesn't care about your skin color. It doesn't care. Okay, so if my story can help people, then that's it. And that's all I want.
When we come back, we'll talk to State Senator Joe Panaccio, who wants to know why that drug that saved Randy Chen isn't made available across the entire state. That's when Jersey Matters continues.